Welcome to Untamed and Unfiltered Wellness, the podcast where we bridge the gap between modern life and ancient roots, cutting through the wellness noise so you can stop guessing and start building a lifestyle that actually works for you. I'm your host, Jo Swenson, herbalist and founder of Olivia Bell. You know that weird moment that happens to a lot of people at night when you turn the TV off and you stop scrolling and the room gets quiet and suddenly your brain gets louder. You get that uncomfortable feeling when everything finally gets quiet and your brain doesn't know what to do with itself. Now you're laying there replaying conversations from days ago, thinking about what's on your agenda tomorrow, remembering something awkward from 10 years ago, mentally building your grocery list, and then questioning your entire life direction at 11:42 p.m. for absolutely no reason at all. In a way, how we live now has conditioned us to avoid stillness and quiet throughout the day. We fill every quiet moment with scrolling, some sort of distraction or noise, because silence forces us to confront what we've been avoiding. Silence removes distraction, and distraction has become one of the primary modern ways that people cope with life. This episode is not about digital detox. It's about understanding what constant input and distraction is doing to our sleep. So think about it. We wake up to alarms on our phones. We usually check for notifications first thing, and then maybe listen to a podcast while we're getting ready or driving to work. We'll scroll while we're eating, check for text messages or posts while at a red light, and then come home with the TV on, checking emails or social media, watching YouTube, the news, whatever it is, group chats, all the fun stuff, and endless information. Then at night, when we climb into bed, we expect our brains to magically just switch off and go to sleep. But that's not how our nervous system works or how our brains were designed. I saw this firsthand a few weeks ago. I was at the airport and I put my AirPods in because I just wanted people to think I was listening to something. Because I wanted to watch. I wanted to watch the comings and goings of people, watching groups of people traveling together all on their phones, not talking to each other, or people trying to juggle their phones and their coffee and their luggage and I don't know what else they had in their hands, or parents on their phones not paying attention to their children. It's a constant need for distraction, and primarily it is our phones. Historically, humans have experienced natural pauses from some sort of stimulation, but today we all fill every empty second. We don't actually rest, and we're just distracting ourselves. For a lot of us, we haven't been alone with our own thoughts in years because our modern life has eliminated every natural pause that used to be in existence. We're consuming more input than our brain was designed to process. Research from Harvard Health and studies published in the National Academy of Sciences have shown that evening screen exposure in blue light can suppress melatonin production, delay sleep onset, and reduce sleep quality. But honestly, I think it goes deeper than the blue light. I think a lot of us are overstimulated all the way down to our nervous system because sleep is not an on-off switch. Our brain needs that runway in order to get prepared for sleep. Our nervous system needs time to transition from alertness to safety, and that will signal the brain that, hey, it's all right to go to sleep now. Modern conveniences are making that transition harder and harder for us. Most of us are mentally on until the exact moment we try to go to sleep. Most of us check emails late at night, or maybe we're watching the news in bed, scrolling through social media on our phones, and watching some crime drama, and then wondering why our nervous system feels activated at night. When things finally get quiet, the silence doesn't feel relaxing to us. Most of us will get anxious or uncomfortable, and the reason it's uncomfortable is because we have treated every empty moment throughout the day like a problem to solve. But the fact is that's not the truth. Our brain has not gotten that opportunity to even finish a thought throughout the day before something else pops up. So instead of resting, we are consuming. Silence removes those distractions, and those distractions have become one of the primary ways that we're coping with stress, grief, anxiety, you name it. The distraction delays our discomfort. And truthfully, I think a lot of us have forgotten what it's like to actually downshift and relax. The American Psychological Association has discussed how constant multitasking and task switching increases cognitive fatigue and mental overload. And most people are doing that all day long before we ever get home. Our brains aren't getting that chance to settle. Our nervous systems never fully power down. And eventually our body starts responding like it's constantly on call. And if you're experiencing difficulty falling asleep or waking up throughout the night, racing thoughts or shallow sleep, when you feel like you're really not sleeping, or you're feeling exhausted when you wake up in the mornings, if you need noise to fall asleep, or you're feeling restless, these are all signs that you're not downshifting your nervous system, which allows your body and your brain to actually sleep. I'm not saying technology is evil. For God's sakes, I'm literally recording this through technology right now. But I do think we need to be honest about the fact that the human brain was not designed for nonstop input with no recovery periods. We were designed for rhythms, periods of stimulation and quiet, effort and rest. And a lot of people have lost the second half of that equation, the effort and the rest. So what do we do about it? Well, we start by rebuilding small moments of quiet again throughout the day, but especially in the evenings. Maybe stop scrolling in bed or dim the lights a little bit earlier. Allow yourself to drive in silence once in a while instead of needing constant input. One step is to stop consuming stressful content right before sleep and create an actual transition from daytime to rest instead of expecting your brain to instantly turn off like it's a light switch. For me, this is where rituals matter. I have it set up that my lights automatically dim, thank you, Alexa, to trigger my brain that it's time to get ready for bed and that it's time to downshift. I do brew a cup of herbal tea on most nights, and then I'll do the brushing of the teeth and the washing of the face and the putting on the PJs, and then I cuddle with the dogs. Ellie is a big cuddle bug, so her and I will curl up on the couch together. These are triggers to my nervous system because it needs signals of safety. The goal is not to force ourselves to sleep, but to help our bodies relax and feel safe enough so that we can rest. I hear it from a lot of people. They think there's really something wrong with them, that they can't fall asleep or they can't stay asleep. Many of us have just forgotten, though, that our brains need quiet before it can actually, truly rest. If this episode stuck with you today, join our Substack community, where we can explore this idea a little bit further. You'll also find some reflection questions, herbal remedies, and a community of like-minded people. It's free to subscribe. The link is in the show notes. I hope you make some time today and every day for some peace, some plants, and some paws. Thank you so much for listening to Untamed and Unfiltered Wellness.